What's cracking with you people? Anansi here, and welcome back to the Jade Empire. In the last one, we killed Gal the Greater and Inquisitor Lim, right? Yeah, Inquisitor Lim, and we acquired Kang the Mad as our new companion, as well as his latest flying machine, the Dragonfly. I think it was some long-winded name, but I call it the Dragonfly because it's easy to remember. In this one, we're going to talk to all of our more recent party members, Henpecked Ho, uh, Black Whirlwind, and Sky, to get a better understanding of them, and, time willing, we will make our way to the Imperial capital. We will also check in with Sagacious Zoo, Wildflower, and Dawnstar as well. So first things first, let's start off with the first new recruit we got in these last couple of episodes, the Black Whirlwind. See what he has to say.
What? What do you want?
You need to be defensive, man. What do you think about our current situation?
What are you asking me for? You've got everything you need to make that flying machine go. So, let's go already. I'm looking forward to getting to the Imperial City. They've got the cheapest wine in all the Empire. And plenty of it.
Well, at least we know that that Whirlwind isn't particular about the kind of wine he wants. Well, as he is a little particular. Um, you know, he likes it cheap because it's plentiful and easy to get your hands on. Simple man and simple taste. I can appreciate that. What did you do before you were with Lord Yun?
Why does it matter? I was born by my mother and sucked at her teat like every man. Well, like every man does with his mother. Anyway, by the time I was old enough to swing an axe, my father was dead and my mother disowned me. Of course, killing my father might have given her reason. I think she did it out of shame. My father beat me and my brother senseless, and made our lives miserable. Either way, that was the end of my childhood.
That was a brave thing you did.
Ha! I wasn't brave, I was furious. And he was drunk. It was an easy fight. I traveled a lot after that, begging for some things and taking the rest. Tough times, but not the worst. My axes and my wits kept me alive.
Your wits, huh?
Yeah. I had some wits before I got them all knocked out of me. Mostly I just used my axes and my fists. You'd think a 7-year-old might be an easy target, but I soon learned just where to cut a man to make him squeal like a pig. Ah, those were the days.
Tell me something about your past. Because sometimes in Bioware games, when you get a new recruit, they actually have two stories to tell you depending on when you get them in the story. They might actually have more to tell you than what you initially thought. So, don't always help to double check.
No, we've got better things to do right now. Maybe I'll feel like talking after I've bloodied up my axes a few more times.
Okay, that's all for now.
Meh.
See, let's go to Henpecked Ho. How would do, Ho? No, I am. No, I am. No, that is not going to get old. Do not ask me to stop.
Thank you again for rescuing me from those things. I owe you my deepest gratitude. Is there some way I can be of assistance?
What do you think of our current situation, Ho?
It would seem that we at last have the means necessary to get us back to the Imperial City, and for that I should be very glad. However, I must now face the greatest trial of all. My sweet wife will no doubt be waiting for me. Soon my time with the cannibals will be nothing but a fond memory.
Tell me about your life before you were captured.
As I mentioned, I am but a simple bun master, with a dear wife who has turned my life into a miserable cesspool devoid of humor and excitement. Bless her soul. My wife ensures that I work very hard every day to become the best bun master in the Imperial City, perhaps the best in all the Empire. Though I was one of the most respected fighters in the Empire before I met my precious bride, she made sure that I became something more, or less.
Why does she like? Why doesn't she like you fighting?
As I mentioned before, my style requires that I drink. She detests drinking, though there are things she detests even more, like talk of us separating. My loving wife would knead me into several small dumplings and boil me in hot oil if she suspected I was even speaking to you about leaving her. Life is not all bad, though. I may have lost all my dignity and self-respect, along with my ability to fight, or even make a tight fist. But I am a bun master of some renown.
When we get home, I'll speak with your wife.
I would sooner return to the cannibals and offer them what little flesh is left on my bones. But let's not discuss such things, if you don't mind.
Wow, he is really scared of his wife. Tell me again how Drunken Master works?
Did I not mention how I dislike repeating myself? Never mind, I will explain it again. I will throw you bottles of wine, which you must pick up.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all for now, Ho.
As you wish.
Huh. Wonder what kind of woman Ho's wife is. Cause I mean, there's being whipped, and then there's just being a broken man. And granted, Ho is pretty much a I want to say that Ho is your comic relief character of your Bioware games. There's a lot of comic relief characters in Bioware games, depending on well, at least in the three that I have played. I lump Mass Effect trilogy in as one whole thing. Because if you notice that that Bioware uses some recurring character archetypes. You have your reluctant well, either your reluctant or your tormented soldier, aka Sagetsu, who is alone just because, well, they feel obligated to, not because they want to, and they'd rather do anything to be on the front lines, or they have a tormented past they don't like bringing up very much, or at the very least they don't like discussing. You have your comic relief character. I think in Knights of the Old Republic that character was I want to say that character was. I'm trying to see if my memory here is just been a minute since I last played that one. I want to say that character is Zalbar, the Wookiee, in that game. Even though he's not as comedic. No, my bad. That's T3 and 4, but he's a robot that beeps. Then you have your merc gun for hire, your hardened warrior who's more edgy than anything else, but not mean-spirited. You know, Canderous or Rex. In that case, I think the comic relief character in Mass Effect, I would say, would be Joker, but he wasn't a party member. I guess later games we would go to Garrus, and then you got Sky, who is your Garrus of the series. Let's talk to speak to Sky. He has something to say.
Something's on your mind?
Do you have a minute to talk?
Of course. I was just thinking about things. Gal richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
How does that make you feel? Or better yet, you're not going to fall into a depression on me, are you? Well, how long were you searching for him?
3 years. 3 long years of tracing these slavers to their master, only to find that there were more above him. Consolation lies in finding others who share my goals. I didn't expect to be lucky enough to find a friend in this place.
How'd you track Gal?
Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone.
That's terrible. I'm sorry to bring this up.
It's fine. Thank you for your concern, but for the most part, I've come to terms with her death. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
things like um, hmm, things like this are important to dwell upon. Occasionally, you do want to move on at some point.
You're right, but we have to pick our time, and now isn't it. We can talk about this later.
Okay, any thoughts on what we're doing?
When you say the word, we're ready to leave. I'm looking forward to seeing the Imperial City again. I appreciated the hectic pace when I was there. When we reach the Imperial City, we'll have a whole host of new problems. You have to love a challenge.
And what do you know about this area?
I only spent enough time in Tien's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago.
Okay, well that's all I need from you.
Always happy to help.
Let's see what Zoo and Wildflower have to say.
The way is clear to the Imperial City. You need only to speak to our mad friend Kang, and he will prepare the flyer.
I want to talk about what Inquisitor Lim said about you.
That is an old wound. My departure from the Lotus Assassins was not gentle for either side. My immediate companions, those who were my brothers, fell by my hand.
Lim was not among them. He would have died if he was. I was labeled as the one who deserted, and I am occasionally recognized. The result is always the same. Another death, more blood spilled. Such a waste for a hatred they cannot even understand.
It must be difficult to regret the deaths of so many.
Regret? I have no regret for killing anyone who challenged me of their own will. Death is a measurable cost of your actions. Some earn it sooner than others. Strength is the way of things, and death is the end, or should be. Some do not respect either. They have enough of one to defy the other.
Why did you leave the Assassins? Why do you hate them so much?
There is a place for the Enforcer, the man or woman who brings death to those who have earned or otherwise deserve it. I consider that to be an honest calling.
I did some harsh things while with the Lotus Assassins, but they no longer follow a path I recognize. They are a mirror of Death's hand, and he embodies corruption. You will see as you get close to him. He draws out the worst in everyone and displays it for all to see.
I see nothing in what they do that would scare off a killer like you.
Ignorance does not make truth go away. It only hides it. Perhaps we will talk again when I see more of where your path will lead you. For now, we should make our way to the Imperial City. That is where they took your master, and where we will find the heart of the Lotus Assassins.
Okay, well I guess that's it for now.
Goodbye then.
You have to wonder about Zoo because he is cold. Like, make no sense. He's cold to the bone, but it's like he's a good dude. Which makes you wonder if the Lotus Assassins that we see now are a natural evolution of when they were when he was involved? Or is it as twisted as he makes it out to be? Because it sounds like he only ever killed people when it was absolutely necessary. And we seem the Lotus Assassins are cruel and unusual beyond all belief. What's up, Wildflower? See what you got to say.
What do you want?
What do you think about our current situation?
I think we should keep going. The Guardian said so too. The city is the center of the Empire. All roads lead there. All winds too. We can fly! I've always wanted to fly. Is there anything else you wanted?
Well, it's going to be a lucky day pretty soon here. I want to learn more about you.
The Guardian wouldn't like me talking about that. He's busy now. The other is hurting, and he's keeping him inside. All the evil that has been done makes him stronger.
This other is hurting you?
I shouldn't say. Just by naming him, thinking of him, it draws him closer to the surface, gives him more power. The Guardian said that in all things there is balance, and for light there is dark within each of us. The other is his darkness, for the good he has to do. That's what he says.
Why are they in you in the first place?
The Guardian is here because of you and the amulet you hold. He is here because there's a debt to be paid. But balance must always be maintained, and so, the other. The Guardian is my friend. He is a part of me. But the other is a part of me too. Sometimes they pull so hard in different ways, I can't.
Be strong, Wildflower.
I try to be strong, and the Guardian gives me hope. But sometimes it's all I can do to convince me I'm still myself. Will you stay with me and keep me in myself?
Okay, I'll help you.
Thank you. I'll try not to be a bother. But the Guardian says we must stay with you. I hope you'll be my friend. Is there anything else you wanted?
Alright, nothing right now. We'll talk again later.
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty freaking heavy. It's like, so basically, she's got two demons in her. One is a decent bloke, and one that's his exact opposite. And as she describes it, when they war within her, it is terrible. Oh dear God. Can you imagine? Alright, Kang, what do you got to say?
That's it. You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go, and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight.
The Marvelous Dragonfly, that's what it was called. What do you think of our current situation?
I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source, the wind map, and the flyer. The Imperial City won't fly its way to us.
Now that's what it wants. Okay, that's all for now. So yeah, can't really talk to him right now. And once again, I want to bring this up that in the last part, if you had gone to Gal's Fortress first, you would have Kang the Mad here telling you the parts that you need, and you can acquire Wildflower, Black Whirlwind, Sky, and Henpecked Hoe in any order, as well as your traveling salesman. I'm not gonna lie, his name escapes me. But you can acquire them in any order at this point in the game. Okay? And then we'll each have a different conversation for you, depending on what bit of the Dragonfly you don't have. I always get the Dragonfly last, because, as I mentioned earlier, it just seemed more prudent to me to handle other things first. The dam and the forest. The forest I do by accident. I did by accident on as the second one, but the dam I did first. So you can do one in either order, but I believe that depending on which one you do last is the one that will give you the amulet. I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think the one you do last gives you the amulet. Otherwise, you will always acquire it at Gal's Fortress. No, I take that back. You always acquire it at Gal's Fortress. The whole point of Chaikai is that he lost the amulet, and the Forest Shadow really is no reason for the Inquisitor to be down there. Just saying. Anyway, we have what we need. Let's go to the Imperial City.
Good, good. My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up.
Let's go to the attack route. Alright, and here we are. So, like I said, I always do the attack route myself. I find it more fun because the evasion route, if my memory serves correct, there really isn't much. I believe the evasion route, I think it's either.
That's it. We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the finish.
I got hit from behind. Okay, you find much damage. Okay, let's retry. Because these fight missions are not hard. You just gotta be careful where your positioning is, because sometimes they'll come up from behind you and do some serious damage. But what's the one I'm looking for here? Right. So if you hit evade, and I've done the evasion once. All it does is just skips you straight to your destination. I believe if you do the actual attack routes, you do actually get some experience from it. I believe. Okay, gonna need some serious stuff here. So it all depends on what you feel like doing. I don't think the experience that you get from the attack route is significant, but I get it anyway just because I want to.
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus Assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that? Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south. Here, what about this one? At least it's a man, like they said. You, identify yourself.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
Of course, I am Zen Cypher. I am a simple traveler.
We are questioning everyone who has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. He is tattooed in a similar way. The clothes could be the same. It's not enough to be sure.
We could hold him anyway. It's not a good match, but the Lotus Assassins would leave us be for a few days while they question him.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus Assassins.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this man is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tian's Landing. I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City.
Interesting guys. By what name should I refer to you?
No guys, I assure you. You have the honor of addressing Princess Leanne, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence.
I don't bow, and I don't know you as a princess.
I think you are a little too bold for your own good, but I suppose it is my fault. I go out of my way to avoid fawning servants. That is why I often travel without official escort, and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court. You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise.
Of course, Princess Leanne. Should we talk elsewhere?
That would be best. I trust the servants I keep, but this is best discussed away from the open street. I will not speak the location aloud. Take this note. We will meet nearby, but I must have a moment to acquire more fitting attire.
A rendezvous with the princess? Such a scandal!
That is quite enough. We will continue this at a later time. We both have questions that we will need answered. I'm certain that my entourage would prefer that this take place in private. Your gruff nature is a bit too much for them.
Hmm. I don't blame them for the pampering you demand. Okay, my apologies, princess.
I'm sure they are heartfelt. Get up, you lot. I'll be embarrassed for myself, thank you. Save your false modesty for my father's court. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sun Lian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
Note from the princess and a new gem, Imperial Favor. Now, I do believe if you pick the last speech option every single time, you can make her entire entourage faint. It is hilarious. Chapter 3. Wherein the Imperial City of Imperial, the fox reveals her station, and the love assassins are infiltrated. The marvelous dragonfly bears you away from Tian's landing toward the Imperial City. The fall of Gallagher and Assassin Lim will have far-reaching consequences, and your enemy will not let your actions go unanswered. Terrible forces gather ahead, and as you draw close, they will leave their mark as surely as you have left yours. And like that, we're going to call it a part here because there is more talking to be done with our allies and a lot to dissect. But first things first, we're going to take a look at this new gem that we acquired, the Imperial Favor. Increased chance for getting power-ups from falling enemies. The Emperors of the Sun Dynasty have long been famed for their magical aptitude, but they also enjoyed the adulation of the people of the Jade Empire. Imperial Favor was cut by a master gemsmith who worked for weeks to create a gift that would suitably honor Princess Leanne's coming of age. Oh, interesting. So this one gives us +3 to spirit, +1 to charm, and +1 intuition. Increased chance for getting power-ups from fallen enemies. This is actually a pretty good gem to use. I believe it does offset, and we have. Why do I have 2 bronze tongues? Should only have 1. Should only have 1. Well, either way, the Imperial Favor I do remember equipping quite often. So we have the Gentle Mind, Thief Sense, and the Frail Scholar, and so we can remove this one because I believe. Yeah, we can remove this one. We'll do the Imperial Favor. And what was Leanne's note? I want to say you have to read it in. Meet Princess Leanne at the location specified in her note. The Scholar's Garden in the Imperial City. Learn what she has in store for you. Where did you put that? It's not a technique. That's for dang certain. It's hard. It's weird because there's not really an inventory screen, if you know what I'm saying. So, no, we're never going to get this. Alright, plot items. Duh. Okay, so we have note from Princess Leanne. A carefully folded piece of paper given to you by Princess Leanne. The note reads, meet me in the pavilion at the entrance to the Scholar's Garden. Which I think we'll do Zenbu.
Dead or alive, it doesn't matter to me. What can I get for you today?
Oh, nice. He has there's a couple more gems actually. He has the Golden Tongue, which is basically an improved version of the Bronze Tongue, +8 in all charm and all your speech gems. The Lightning Gem, +3 to mind and 100% chance to evade traps. This one is a much better gem than the Slick Gem. It's the Gem of Unity. Only followers of the Way of the Open Palm can use this gem. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe before we got Henpecked Ho, he sold a gem similar to this. I didn't pick it up because I couldn't use it. And that's why I didn't buy it, but I did show it off. To find true unity, one must set aside one's egotism and know that all are one. The shared fate of the entire empire matters, not that of the individual. The strength and sacrifice of the empire's greatest heroes empowers those who would tap the power of this gem. Get the Tiger Mantra, which is another skill boost. As you can see, a lot of his stuff is incredibly expensive. Like, incredibly expensive. And right now, of the stuff we have here, I would really only get the Leaping Tiger, the Tiger Mantra, and the Lightning Gem. But I want to hold off for a bit, just for now. Trust me on this. Otherwise, yes, I would go ahead and grab some of the stuff really quickly. But no, we'll continue this in the next one. I've been Anansi, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you later.